Hi guys!
Hey.
Welcome back to the 12th episode of the How I Got Into series. So today we have a very special guest, Peek.
Hey guys.
Repping Dartmouth today. So what class are you?
I am currently a freshman, so I graduate in 2027.
What high school did you attend?
I went to Blair Academy in New Jersey.
Where were you born and what is your nationality?
I was born in Bangkok, Thailand, and I'm fully Thai.
What round did you apply for Dartmouth?
I applied as an early decision. Yeah.
Nice. What major did you apply as?
I applied as a sociology major.
In junior and senior year, what classes did you take?
So junior year, let me pull that up real quick. Junior year, I took AP Calculus BC, AP Literature, AP Physics C Mechanics, AP Chinese, and Reg US History. And then senior year, I took AP Micro, like microeconomics, AP Psych, AP Comp Sci, AP Lang, Advanced Stats. And disclaimer, I did not end up submitting any of my AP scores because they were all kind of mid. So, yeah.
What was your GPA?
So basically our GPA works kind of like a little bit differently. It's on like a 6.0 scale, and basically a 5.0 is approximately like an A minus, and then a 5.5 is like an A average.
Okay.
My junior year, I had a 5.4, which was all right, and then senior fall, I had a 5.7, which is considered like pretty good, I guess. So it is quite a big jump. Generally speaking, I feel like the grades there are like quite inflated.
At
As
Blair.
well, though. Yeah. So getting like a 5 is good, but it's not like amazing, I guess.
What was your class rank, do you know or no?
Like we didn't do class ranks, but like my senior year, I got like cum laude,
What is
which
that?
is like, it's kind of like the top 20% of your class or
Okay,
something
cool.
like that. Yeah. So I was within that range,
Nice.
but I'm not sure where exactly in that range I am.
Okay. What was your SAT score?
Here's a bit of a funny story. Like, I took the SAT 3 times, right? Let's just say, like, I think the second time I took it, my math score is really good, but my English score is really bad. And then the third time I took it, my math score dropped significantly, but my English score is, like, the best. So what I did was, like, I super scored.
Okay.
So my super score is a 1530. But
Wow.
but we don't talk about my individual scores because they were all kind of like that. So I think I like tested out my luck a little bit and got
Okay.
one.
Did you get an interview from Dartmouth?
I did, yeah.
Was it like optional? Could you request or like?
They did send me like an interview request. Generally speaking, it's like pretty optional, but if they do send you a request, like it's highly recommended that you do it. But if you don't get a like interview request, like I guess don't
Don't worry about it.
don't worry about it, because it's mostly based off of like how many alumni interviewers in your region are like available, I guess. So like my interviewer was kind of like I guess interviewed kids from the New Jersey area.
Okay. Nice. And how did the interview go?
It was honestly like not as intimidating as I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like I did a lot of interviews for like my high school applications and stuff like that, and I feel like that was a lot harder because you're like sitting with the admissions officer, like in an actual room. This is
okay.
just talking to like an alumni, like she was kind of.
Was it like in person?
It wasn't. It was through Zoom. I mean,
Okay.
I applied in like 2021, so it was kind of like still
Right.
during COVID.
Okay. What were your extracurriculars?
So my main like big project was like I started like a small business, producing like, I guess we started off by doing like sunscreen.
Oh.
And what I wanted to do with that project was like create a sunscreen product that wasn't like sticky, stuff like that, because like as a kid, like I needed to use sunscreen a lot because I'm so pale, and I always hated it because like especially in the hot and humid Thailand weather,
Yeah.
it does get really sticky and really uncomfortable. So I like kind of try to like talk to chemists, partner with them, and then like design the sunscreen that's like not that uncomfortable and like still protective enough. But then surprisingly, that didn't sell very well. So during COVID, we kind of switched the main product line to like hand sanitizers, and that went really well. So yeah, that was my main project. Other than that, I did like volunteer for certain like organizations. I wrote blogs for them. So I wrote a research paper on like the effect of, I guess, like, or the impacts of like sunscreen on like people with albinism, I guess. And then in school, I ran like the school's business club. I was on like varsity cross country, and I was like ski captain. In school,
cool.
So
nice. Is that all that you want to say?
Yeah. I mean, that's like what, 4 or 5.
Yeah, that's good. So moving on to the essay section for Dartmouth, it is known to have like a peer review essay section where you can choose anyone, right?
Yeah, literally like anyone.
Choose anyone to write you a recommendation. So, what did you do for that?
Yeah, I guess like for the peer recommendation, like it kind of gives the college a little bit of like a better idea of who you are, like with your peers versus like with your teachers. You probably should choose someone who knows you really well in like a lot of different aspects. That way, they can kind of like show the college how like well-rounded you are. So what I did was I chose my 10th grade year roommate, who I'm still like really close to, and I mean, he obviously, like, I lived with him for a whole year, but we also like hang out a lot, even like I guess like after we stopped being roommates. Yeah, and he kind of like knows who I like, what I'm like as a person. He knows like how involved I am in the community, and he kind of like has
Yeah.
like he's able to like, I guess, talk about it.
Yeah. Cool. And then so now moving on to the supplements. Peak will share with us his supplements. You can pause and read it on the screen. Yes. The first one was the simple why us, basically.
I'd say like in terms of these essays, be as specific as you can. You know what I mean? Like use specific names of places, programs, and professors, like at Dartmouth or like whatever institution you're applying to. So for me, like I said, I wanted to do research on like this topic with this professor. I wanted to like ski with the club ski team, and I wanted to like utilize this facility for like a specific reason, like play in like a band and to be part of this like residential community.
The second prompt is, I think you get a lot of options to choose from. He chose...
I chose what excites you.
What excites you. Very interesting. Okay. Well, go read those. Now we're gonna move into the last section of the video. Tips! Maybe like tips in general, like as a high schooler feeling really anxious and stressed about applying to like the Ivy League colleges in general, like what would you tell them?
Definitely start early. I guess like the first college related or like the first project I started was like the summer between my 9th and 10th grade year. So I'd say like the earlier you do, the better prepared you'll be. I guess don't procrastinate on your essays. The summer between your junior and senior year of high school is like really crucial.
It's the grind summer.
Yeah, don't be like me and keep all the regular decision essays until like December break. Because like honestly, no, if I didn't get in, I would have been completely screwed over. Also, yeah, don't apply to like a hyper competitive major. Instead, try to find like, because in the US, especially in like a lot of these schools, it's not set in stone what major you apply into, and like you don't necessarily have to do it, right? So basically I would find like a major that's kind of like similar to your interest but not super competitive. Apply there first, and then once you get in, you can definitely like switch out of it. So that's like that's a hack.
That is a hack.
Yeah.
But make sure that your extracurriculars align with
with whatever you
with
apply
your
to.
major, yeah.
It's like you can't have like a profile of, let's say, like an economics student, but applies an English major or something. Or you can, but you have to like tie it up pretty well.
Yeah.
And honestly, I
So
feel like
that's the tricky
schools
part.
like this, like well-rounded students. So like, as long as you or I'm not sure about other schools, but like Dartmouth specifically likes well-rounded students.
Okay.
So as long as you have like a lot of different passions, they don't have to be related.
Okay.
But you're
Yeah.
able to like create or like write a compelling story based off of, like, you know, your activities, your essays,
Yeah.
or whatnot.
Yeah.
That's probably like a good application, I'd say.
At Dartmouth, does everyone get in undecided or?
Like you do apply into a major, but like once you get in, literally like you can't declare your major until your second year.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first year and a half maybe, people kind of like use to explore, you know, what they're really interested in. I feel like at least half of the people I know, even after like the first term, like already decided to change their like or like slightly shift their intended major
Yeah.
already. So it's very flexible, especially because Dartmouth is kind of like a liberal arts program, not like a literal liberal arts college in terms of like, you know, like on U.S. news and stuff like that, but yeah, it kind of like works like a liberal arts school.
Yeah.
So it's very flexible.
So, what do you think got you into Dartmouth? Like, what was your wow factor?
Oof. I'm not entirely sure. If I had to guess, it would probably be like my story is kind of like touching and like very
Okay.
personal,
Okay.
and like the activities I did and the essays, like they were all like kind of related, and I was kind of like I did a lot of things in and outside of school, so it kind of like made my application more well-rounded. I kind of showed like a lot of different aspects of me as a person, rather than one. But I feel like, yeah, the biggest part's definitely like more like the story and how like the activities, you know, related to like my life, my personal experience, and like how the essays kind of like brought that up, like, you know, yeah, I'd say.
And so, you think that Dartmouth really likes students that are well-rounded, right?
I'd say generally speaking, so yeah, for sure.
At Dartmouth, do you notice like one common thing about like the whole student body that you're like that stands out to you?
Everybody like has some form of random talent.
Okay.
I gotta say, like, there's a
Nice.
lot of very talented people. There's a lot of pianists. There's a lot of really talented pianists to the point where like it's not super amazing anymore. But like, no, respect to all of them though, because
Yeah.
I can't.
How's the quarter system?
The quarter system is insanely difficult. You know, I guess each quarter, you take 3 classes, and basically like you kind of like cover a whole year's or a whole
Oh, wow.
semester's worth of content in 10 weeks. So by like week 2 or week 3, the midterm exams start to roll in. So there's really like not much time to breathe or to adjust to like each new term or like the new classes. So I'd say like before applying to Dartmouth, keep that in mind, that, you know, yeah, school is really like, it goes by really fast,
Yeah.
and you have to like really be on top of it and like I guess pay attention in like most classes. Otherwise you could miss some information.
Yeah. Okay.
Dartmouth has a reputation of a party school, but no, like academics are like the number one priority for most students there. So
Okay,
yeah, it's
wow.
pretty intense.
So how is the party life? How's the party scene there?
It's like mostly frats. I'm not a big fan, but you know, some people like it.
Okay, cool.
No hate.
That is basically it. Can I give your Instagram out?
Sure, why not?
Can they text you?
Yeah. No,
They have-
feel free. If any of you guys have any like questions, just feel free to like text me on DM.
Thank you so much for coming on this series. I'm sure this will be a lot of help to those of you who are applying to Dartmouth. Good luck to everyone.
Yeah, best of luck on everyone applying regular decision this year, guys.
Thanks for watching. Bye. 2, 3.